Hello, today I'm sharing some of my favorite new beauty products releases that I've been loving available from Sephora because the spring savings event opened several days ago for Rouge tier, and in a couple of days it's open to everyone else. And twice a year when these big Sephora sales happen, I do a series of videos covering different types of recommendations. I did my first video when the sale first started covering my most used staple Sephora products I've been using for a really long time. I'll have that video linked up in the corner and down below in my description box if you haven't seen it. I'll also have everything I'm sharing in today's video and the dates, codes, and details for the sale too in my description box for you. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I always have so much fun making these videos and putting everything together for you. The intent is never to encourage you to shop if you weren't intending to do so already. It's simply to share products that I genuinely love and have been using for a really long time, as I did in the first video I made. It's to share Sephora bestsellers I think are truly worth the money, to share my own haul or hauls that I am making during these sales. Both of those videos are coming shortly. And of course, I also share new beauty products that I think are worth the money and that you will love as much as I do, which is what I'm doing today. So let's go ahead and get into these new beauty releases that I think are really great and you might want to pick them up while they're on sale. This first product surprised me so much. I had no idea how much I was going to end up reaching for this. I thought it was going to be very similar to other products that were on the market and that it was going to be geared solely towards normal to dry skin. And boy, was I wrong. This is the One Size B12 Base Thinner Vitamin Pearl Serum. It kind of does look very similar to other luminizers, serums that you would mix into foundations or use under foundations. But I find this to be different in that not only does it just have this incredibly natural look to it, which, you know, some other ones do too. So this has these gold and pink, very, very fine pearl pigments. There's no glitter or glimmer. I mean, you just get this natural, beautiful luminosity that mimics healthy, smooth looking skin. I mean, it's just beautiful. So you can wear it on its own. It's fortified with vitamins, antioxidants, and other really nice ingredients. So it's doing good things for your skin along with giving you that healthy looking radiance. But the magic of this for me is using it as a foundation, fortifier, and a mixing medium, because I can take a matte foundation and turn it into a luminous matte foundation without changing the coverage or the texture or how it applies. It just doesn't change anything that I love about that foundation. Sometimes I have a matte foundation that makes me look dry in certain areas. It picks up on those dry areas, and adding a half a drop of this fixes it. And sometimes I really love the performance of a matte foundation that I have. It wears really well. It keeps me from getting shiny, greasy, but I just want it to have more of a luminous matte look to it. And I can get everything I love about it, but just change that finish slightly, which I've never been able to do with another product. If I mix moisturizer with it, I lose some coverage, I get shinier during the day, and I have similar issues with other luminizers, but I don't with this. This just allows me to change the finish up a little bit, and I absolutely love it. Merit finally launched lip liners in their permanent collection. They're here. They finally put them in their permanent collection. My favorite shade is Beverly Hills. It's most like my natural lip shade. I put swatches, lip swatches on social media, Instagram, TikTok. I think I did it as a short too. I'll have my socials down below. If you're not following me, you should be following me in both places. And if you haven't seen the short, I'll have it down there too, but I'll have it here on screen in case you haven't seen it. They are so incredibly creamy, hydrating, buildable, non-drying. There's a jojoba complex in here to support your skin barrier function for smooth, healthy lips. This shade, by the way, that I just swatched was Mayfair. These just give your lips soft definition for sheer all over color so that your lips look nice and healthy and natural and feel comfortable and hydrated. These are very similar to how their lipsticks feel, very creamy yet sheer and light and comfortable. It's a great line extension, and if you haven't tried these, especially if you're lip liner averse, you might really love these. These are definitely worth checking out, and they are great for day-to-day, in my opinion. I love a good eyeshadow stick crayon that I can scribble on, blend out the edges, and go. There's nothing easier day-to-day, and I have a couple of new ones here that I've really been enjoying that you might want to check out. So the first is from Ilia, and I originally grabbed a matte and a shimmer to try separately so I could report back on both, but I have been wearing them together quite frequently. That's actually what's on my eyes today. I applied Adorn on this lid and then Flax immediately and then blended each of them out, and on this lid I applied Adorn, blended it out, and then applied Flax and blended it out. I just wanted to show you could apply it however you wanted, and it is creamy. It blends out beautifully and very quickly, and it sets down nicely. Now, I am going to say that for any eyeshadow crayon, including the one I'm going to talk to you about next, I usually apply them over eyeshadow primer because I live in a lot of humidity. You may not have to do that, but I find it helps with creasing, even with all day wear ones. But this is a great creamy formula. It gives you plenty of time to work with it before it sets down. It doesn't dry down to where it looks dry and crepey. And there's also a nice ingredient in here that's supposed to be great for fine lines, upcycled grape extract. It's an antioxidant rich ingredient that's supposed to be nice for fine lines. Really enjoying this. It's a very soft sheen shimmer, and this one that I have here is one of the new Too Faced Quickie Queen eyeshadow sticks. These are also new releases, and this is in the shade Lovestone. This formula also applies nicely and allows me to blend out the edges before it sets down. This is a little bit more of a dry formula. Now, I do usually work one eye at a time with any eyeshadow crayon. That's just a side note, and it wears really well all day. And I find that all the shades that I have, what is the shade here? This is Twinkle right here. They all have a little bit more sheen and sparkle to them than the Ilia sticks. Ilia's come in matte and shimmer, and I believe these are all shimmers, but this is a really nice formula too. I would say this is a little bit dressier of a formula, whereas Ilia is a little bit more for day to day. So depending on what you're looking for, there are a couple really nice eyeshadow sticks that just came to the market, and I've been enjoying both. Let's talk about these two new powder blush releases from Saie Beauty and Tower 28. So on this cheek, I have the new Tower 28 Get Set Blur and Set Matte Powder Blush in Long Beach Iced Tea. I want to call it Long Island Iced Tea every single time, but that's not the name. And on this cheek, I have the Saie Super Suede Blush in Mia. So I think you can see there's a difference in the sheen you're seeing on this cheek and the swatch. I mean, you almost can't even see the shade because of how much sheen is being reflected. It's much more diffused on my cheek. I should have applied Tower 28 in Sand Spritzer because it is closer in tone to Mia. So I did swatch it here on the back of my hand. That is what is swatched here, Sand Spritzer and Mia. But I think you can see the difference in finish. Tower 28 is a combination of a highly pigmented blush and a setting powder all in one. So it gives you longevity, 12-hour fade-proof color, and it blurs your texture and your pores, and it has built-in shine control, and it's sweat-proof. So if you're like me and you live in a very hot, humid climate, once spring and summer get here, this would be a great blush to pick up because it is going to hold up. I've been wearing it on some long days and really enjoying the performance. And in typical Tower 28 fashion, it's not irritating, it's safe for sensitive skin, and it is compliant with the National Eczema Association guidelines. And I've also been enjoying the Saie Super Suede blush as well. I think this is a really nice baked formula. Both blushes are talc free, by the way, and they're both lightweight and long wearing. I've had no problems with longevity with this blush either. It has a nice natural sheen to it. It's never patchy. I was a little worried about that because when I first dip the brush into it, there is a little bit of kick up actually with both of them, but I tap the brush off and I never get any patchiness. They both look really pretty with different finishes. So it's really just your preference. Now I do want to make a note of something that I see. They recommend storing Super Suede out of direct sunlight or harsh lighting when not in use. Don't know why that is. I don't think I've ever seen that with a blush before. I mean, it's probably a good idea with any makeup, but I just found that interesting. So I've been enjoying both of these new releases and don't think you could go wrong with either depending on what your finish preference is. If you've ever watched any video where I've talked about lip treatments or lip balms, you know how much I adore Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Hydrating Peptide Lip Treatment, specifically in Strawberry Sorbet. I love the natural strawberry scent and the smooth, thick texture and what it's done for my lips. When I saw they launched some shimmer shades, I had to pick it up and try it and see what it was like. Of course, I grabbed it in Strawberry Sorbet again. It's described as a mauve pink tint with rose gold glimmer and a freshly picked strawberry scent. So I was actually really surprised to see how subtle the sheen actually was. This has been on my lips through this entire video, by the way. I have been filming for a long time. I've had lots of hiccups. I upgraded my computer this weekend and there have been some compatibility issues. I've also been drinking water and it's just stayed. That's just how this product is in general, not necessarily just the shimmer shade, but you can see how subtle this sheen is. There are no shimmer glimmer particles, but there is a little something to this beyond just a sheer mauve tint. When I first got it though, it was so subtle, I thought it wasn't that different from my original, and so I thought I would just interchange the two. However, I've gone to a couple of events, just casual events, and I've worn just lip liner and I've thrown this on over it. I've reapplied throughout the night and I've really enjoyed using it that way because it gives me something nourishing and easy to apply and more than just a plain lip balm, but not quite as much as a lipstick. And it has those same lip specific peptides as the original that help keep the lip definition around the perimeter of my lips pigmented, and it helps my lips look fuller. And it's got nourishing oils and butters that soothe, soften, and nourish my lips and just keep them feeling comfortable. It's a product that I really didn't think I would be as into as I am. I thought I was just going to use it like I did my other one. I didn't think I was going to carry it with me to use almost as a lighter lipstick type product in my purse, but I mean, this has been going with me pretty much everywhere. I didn't want to leave these out, but I'm keeping this very short and sweet because I've mentioned Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flushes in several very recent videos. I like to use these on no makeup days over bare skin the most. Sometimes I'll use them over foundation if I'm still going for a no makeup look. These are not really fully pigmented blushes if you're going for that look. These are designed to give you a flush of really natural looking color. I am someone that does not have natural pigmentation in my cheeks. I just don't have any pink there. And so these give me that. I can just place 2 to 3 dots on each cheek and blend it out with my fingers or a brush, and it's done. Plus there are good ingredients in here too. There are 2 shades to choose from, Berry Flush and Watermelon Flush. So if you are looking for something similar to this, especially for spring and summer, this would be really nice for you. And they do have a subtle watermelon scent similar to other products that are in this same jar packaging from this line from Glow Recipe. But I've really been enjoying these and I just wanted to give them a quick mention. This is a new launch from Kosas, brand new launch from Kosas just in time for the Sephora sale that I have really been enjoying. I never know with alcohol-free hydrating setting sprays and hydrating mists if they are going to possibly set my makeup in place, but then I might get kind of greasy, oily looking, shiny with them during the day. This has been a pleasant surprise. The spray is really nice. It sort of fuses my makeup together. It takes away that powdery look and it keeps my makeup locked in place without making me feel dry or tight. It doesn't feel sticky. I don't get greasy or shiny with it. It does what it's supposed to do. It actually says it's supposed to visibly reduce visible shine while boosting moisture at the same time. And they say that it's supposed to hydrate and improve skin texture and reduce the appearance of pores and smooth and reduce the appearance of lines and texture over time with continued use. So if you're looking for an alcohol-free setting spray that just works really nicely, doesn't make you feel greasy or dry and tight, you might want to check this out. I've really been enjoying it. These are going to briefly be mentioned in my haul video because I want to buy more of the new Summer Fridays Jet Lag eye patches. This is a new launch from Summer Fridays. I have a small face and a lot of eye patches are huge on me. I really enjoy the size of these and how they stay up and don't continually slide down. They have peptides, caffeine, and soothing hydrating ingredients to help depuff if you wake up with puffy eyes like I do sometimes in the morning. I think they say to leave them on about 10 minutes. Sometimes I leave them on longer, but they leave my under eyes feeling refreshed and moisturized and not sticky. I just massage the rest in after I remove them, and they're a nice makeup prep step as well. I'm loving this launch and I am buying more. Months and months ago, I was waking up in the mornings with this skin issue that was driving me crazy, and it went on for the longest time. I would wake up in the morning and I would have these teeny tiny, it was always around this area, these teeny tiny little white, very superficial little things on the surface of my skin that I could just take very lightly in between a fingernail and pop them and they would go away. They weren't even zits and they were just teeny tiny. And if I did that, my skin would be completely clear within 30 minutes. It was kind of bizarre. It was purely through trial and error that I realized it was because my skin barrier was compromised. I had started incorporating moisturizers and creams at night that were focused on skin barrier repair, or they were designed to address the skin barrier or on keeping it intact. I didn't even know that a compromised skin barrier could cause such an issue. And it was after that that I started reading up on it, and it can. So ever since then, I've been incorporating some kind of moisturizer or cream at night into my skincare routine that's specifically focused on keeping your skin barrier intact. And It Cosmetics launched this one, I don't know, several months ago. I've really been enjoying it. This is the one that is currently in my rotation. It's the Confidence in a Cream Barrier Boost. I've already talked about this in a few videos. It's lightweight, fragrance-free, great for all skin types. It's great for dryness, sensitive skin, uneven skin tone, and texture, and facial redness. It has a vitamin F complex that hydrates and replenishes the skin barrier. It also has ceramides that seal in moisture and supports your skin's own natural barrier function. It's really important to keep our skin barrier intact, especially as we age, before we're, elderly and our skin gets all thin. And this is one I've really been enjoying. K18 Astro Lift Reparative Volume Spray. I've been let down by many volume sprays, but this one impressed me on the first use. I'm going to see if I have a clip from that because I was really surprised. I don't typically get lift on either side of my part, and I had some lift going on that kind of surprised me. I sprayed it in my hair that was just barely damp on that day, and it didn't change the texture. It wasn't crunchy. So this is for fine or medium hair of all textures. If you have fine, flat, fragile, or aging, damaged hair, this targets that damage to improve hair volume and to increase the hair fiber density, all with one product without weighing your hair down. And it also helps protect your hair against humidity, which I really appreciate living where I do. It basically gets to the root cause of volume loss and helps reverse it. You can use this on damp or dry hair with or without heat styling your hair, and you can use it again without it leaving your hair sticky or crunchy and without it weighing your hair down. So if you use it when you initially style your hair right after you washed it, and then let's say you need to refresh your style a day or two later, you can use it again and it doesn't change anything about the texture of your hair. This is really a different type of product that I've been impressed with. I'm not easily impressed with hair products, and this is a good one that I'm enjoying. I know everybody's different with their hair products, but yeah, this is one. If you have fine or flat, damaged, aging hair, all of those or any of those, you may want to check this out too. Be on the lookout soon for Sephora bestsellers I think are absolutely worth the money, and for my haul. What am I restocking and trying new that I'm grabbing on sale? If you haven't seen my most used staple products that I get from Sephora, you can check that video out here. I hope you enjoyed this and found it helpful in some way. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss new uploads, and hit that bell so you get the notifications, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!